Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Course in Miracles, lesson number 35. Today's lesson states, "My mind is part of God's. I am very holy." Today's idea does not describe the way you see yourself now. It does, however, describe what vision will show you. It is difficult for anyone who thinks he is in the world to believe this of himself. Yet, the reason he thinks he is in this world is because he does not believe it. You will believe that you are part of where you think you are. That is because you surround yourself with the environment you want, and you want it to protect the image of yourself that you have made. The image is part of this environment. What you see while you believe you are in it is seen through the eyes of the image. This is not vision. Images cannot see. The idea for today presents a very different view of yourself. By establishing your source, it establishes your identity, and it describes you as you must really be in truth. We will use a somewhat different kind of application for today's idea because the emphasis for today is on the perceiver rather than on what he perceives. For each of the 3 5-minute practices today, begin by repeating today's idea to yourself, and then close your eyes and search your mind for the various kinds of descriptive terms in which you see yourself. Include all the ego-based attributes which you ascribe to yourself, positive or negative, desirable or undesirable, grandiose or debased. All of them are equally unreal because you do not look upon yourself through the eyes of holiness. In the earlier part of the mind-searching period, you will probably emphasize what you consider to be more negative aspects of your perception of yourself. Toward the latter part of the exercise period, however, more self-inflating descriptive terms may well cross your mind. Try to recognize that the direction of your fantasies about yourself does not matter. Illusions have no direction in reality. They are merely not true. A suitable unselected list for applying the idea for today might be as follows. I see myself as imposed on. I see myself as depressed. I see myself as failing. I see myself as endangered. I see myself as helpless. I see myself as victorious. I see myself as losing out. I see myself as charitable. I see myself as virtuous. You should not think of these terms in an abstract way. They will occur to you as various situations, personalities, and events in which you figure cross your mind. Pick up any specific situation that occurs to you. Identify the descriptive term or terms you feel are applicable to your reactions to that situation, and use them in applying today's idea. After you have named each one, add, "But my mind is part of God's. I am very holy." During the longer practice periods, there will probably be intervals in which nothing specific occurs to you. Do not strain to think up specific things to fill the interval, but merely relax and repeat today's idea slowly until something occurs to you. Although nothing that does occur should be omitted from the exercises, nothing should be dug out with effort. Neither force nor discrimination should be used. As often as possible during the day, pick up a specific attribute or attributes you are ascribing to yourself at that time and apply the idea for today to them, adding the idea in the form stated above to each of them. If nothing particular occurs to you, merely repeat the idea to yourself with your eyes closed. And that is lesson 35. My mind is part of God's. I am very holy. And we're going to move on to the channelings of Tina Spalding to see what Jesus said about this lesson. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. I always tell you that you are blessed beings because you do not perceive yourself that way. An important point of view for you to carry through your day is to forgive yourself for the misperceptions and poor teaching you have had that have caused arrogance, irritability, lust, anger, or self-righteousness. You have many opinions of yourself that cause great suffering because they shut down a part of your mind. They shut down a part of your emotions, which shuts down access to other parts of the world and the experience you might potentially have. If you see yourself as angry, then you will have to reflect that back to yourself in the world. So you will encounter anger. If you see yourself as imposed on, you will have people imposing on you, and you will feel you are a victim of the world. Remember lesson 11: I am not a victim of the world. These perceptions create experiences for you. So it is important for you to remember that your vision of yourself as holy means you have beautiful experiences, holy experiences. We want you to soak in the knowledge that you are, in fact, a divine aspect of God's mind. You have merely forgotten it, and your world reflects your lack of belief in your divinity. Your divinity will take you home. The shift in your knowledge of your connection to all that is, that you are not abandoned or separate, takes you home to the truth that you are one with all that is, God, the great universal consciousness. This is not your natural home. You are away from your natural home, which makes you feel abandoned and alone. But you have chosen this journey into fear and separation, and it continues every time you have an unloving thought about yourself that does not see you as holy. So we want you to take this lesson seriously. It serves as a beacon for your journey home to love. I am that one that you know as Jesus. We will see you again tomorrow. This feels like such a basic lesson for us. We have to be willing to see ourselves as something other than the unworthy beings that we often label ourselves with. So many of us set these unrealistic bars, set these unrealistic parameters about who we should be, what we should look like, how we should act, behave, or feel, the relationships we should have. And when we do not measure up in our own mind, we judge ourselves very harshly. We debase ourselves and our value. This lesson is trying to remind us that our nature is divine. Our nature, the core of who we are, is divinity. We are as holy as God because we are a part of God. When we can understand that, we only come from a place of love. And if we can pull ourselves away from all of that self ridicule, self hatred, belittling behavior, and words to ourselves, self talk, we will understand, we will begin to grow in that love. Because when we can see ourselves as loving and lovable, then the world has a brighter hue. Again, if we think in anger, we are going to reflect to ourselves an angry world. And so we're going to see anger reflected back to us. We're going to meet angry people. We're going to have reasons to become angry. And so if we just decide that we're going to choose love, if we choose that we're going to focus on holy and divine, it will begin to change the way that we look at the world and the way that we approach the world. Practice this one as much as you can today. Begin to change the way that you look at the world, how you use vision over sight. All right, have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.